Hi guys, what's up? It's me, Junkmaster3 here, and finally it's time for the top 20 teen movies. I know I only got like top 15 teen movies from the start, but I've seen more and more teen movies in a couple of days and weeks and so on, so I just had to make it as a top 20 instead. And I'm not going to talk that much about every single title because that's just going to be too long. Let's begin immediately before I talk way too much. And this was a really hard list to make, but I was pretty sure in what movie I would put as the number one spot, but the rest were pretty hard to put in the right place, if you say so. But yeah, let's begin immediately. At number 20 we got The Sure Thing with John Cusack. It was a really good teen movie. It was not the best, not the worst, but yeah, enjoyable. The Sure Thing. Number 20. And at number 19 we got a movie with Andrew McCarthy, Robert Downey Jr. Robert Downey Jr. as like a druggie, if you say so. It's Less Than Zero. Pretty tragic movie, but it's a really great movie. Number 19. And number 18 we got a movie by John Badham, I think his name is, and the movie is War Games with Ali Sheedy and Matthew Broderick. Yeah, great stuff. At number 18. And then at number 17 we got All the Right Moves with Tom Cruise and I think Chris Penn was in this. Christopher Penn, or whatever you want to call him, and Leah Thompson as well. This is very underrated in my opinion. Yeah, All the Right Moves on number 17. Then we got the movie which is pretty... It's pretty ridiculous actually, but it's still got its charm, and I still think it's an enjoyable movie about friendship and romance and so on, and the movie is Can't Buy Me Love. This was really good as well. It's a little bit silly, but it's good. Yeah, number 16, Can't Buy Me Love. Can't Buy Me Love. And then we got at number 15 we got Say Anything, another John Cusack movie. I mean, all of these movies actually has great soundtracks. All of these movies, so that just makes the whole movie experience so much better in my opinion. Yeah, got nothing else to say about this one. Say Anything at number 15. And then at number 14 we got, this was a while since I saw, but some of these movies I don't remember that much. I just remember that I really liked them, or I liked them a little bit. But anyway, at number 14 we got Mannequin with Andrew McCarthy. I think there's a lot of movies with Andrew McCarthy I got in this list, but yeah, anyway, Mannequin, great movie with a great soundtrack and great acting performances. Yeah, 14. Number 14, Mannequin. It feels like I'm talking hyper speed, but I just don't want to take that long time before I can speak about every movie in this list, but now I'm not really sure what I'm talking about, so I apologize for that. But at number 13 we got Youngblood, and I think this is pretty underrated as well. I really like hockey. I mean, I don't play hockey myself, but I've always been a big fan of like watching hockey on TV and so on. So yeah, Young Guns has infected my head because Young Guns is such a great movie. Now I'm talking about Youngblood. Youngblood is also a good movie, and it comes in at number 13. Yeah, Youngblood, great movie. Sorry for the Young Guns, that's the movie I've watched the most times, and I never get tired of that movie. This was Youngblood, so yeah. And at number 12 we got The Outsiders with a bunch of... This has a great cast in it. I mean, it got Matt Dillon, Ralph Macchio, I don't really know how to pronounce his name, Patrick Swayze, Rob Lowe, C. Thomas Howell, Emilio Estevez, Tom Cruise. Yeah, a bunch of great actors in this. The Outsiders at number 12. And at number 11 we got a John Hughes movie. I think this was the first movie he directed, if I'm not mistaken. The movie is 16 Candles. Great acting performances. What's his name? Anthony Michael Hall does a great job in this as the perfect nerd. I mean, he plays the role so well. And Molly Ringwald can never go wrong. So yeah, number 11, 16 Candles. And now we come to the top 10, and at number 10 spot we got Fast Times at Richmond High. And this was, I think this was the first movie that Sean Penn ever starred in. And it actually says up here somewhere that Nicolas Cage is in this movie as well. But I don't really think his role was, I didn't really think he had any dialogue or anything. I just thought he was like appearing in the movie or something like that. Yeah, great movie. Fast Times at Richmond High at number 10. And then we got this. I've watched this movie so many times and I never get tired of it, and it's a movie with Michael J. Fox, and the movie is Teen Wolf. Great music, great acting. The story is pretty stupid if you like, but I still think it's very good for its time, and it's enjoyable and funny as hell. Yeah, Teen Wolf, great stuff. Number 9. Was it number 9? Yes, it was number 9. And at number 8 we got, this was not directed by John Hughes, but it was written and produced by John Hughes, and the movie is Some Kind of Wonderful, with Leah Thompson and Eric Stoltz, I believe it was, yes, his name. I think that this was one of his earliest roles. He was supposed, I read somewhere that Eric Stoltz was supposed to play the role as Marty McFly in the Back to the Future franchise from the beginning, but they didn't get along or something like that, the director, Robert Zemeckis and Eva or something like that. Now I'm just talking about something completely else, so I'm just going to shut up. Some Kind of Wonderful at number 8. And this one I was not really sure if I was going to include this one or not, but I still think it's a teen movie. And it's so goddamn hilarious, and Rodney Dangerfield makes this whole goddamn movie. Back to School at number 7. Great stuff. I had this song that plays in this movie called Back to School. Don't really remember who performed that song, but that song just stuck in my head when I was going back to school for a 4th year in high school, so yeah. Anyway, Back to School, great stuff, great acting, great dialogue, and great music. What more do you want? Yeah, I'm just going to shut up and continue with the list. Back to School at number 7. And then we have another John Hughes movie, and it's so hilarious, and it feels like I say the same thing with all of these movies, but they are really good. Anyway, at number 6 we got Ferris Bueller's Day Off. Bueller, that teach in the movie is hilarious. Makes it all look so boring and still so goddamn funny to watch. Ferris Bueller's Day Off at number 6. And at number 5 we got one of my favorite Brad Pack movies, directed by Joel Schumacher. I think this was the first movie he directed, if I'm not mistaken. But anyway, the movie is St. Elmo's Fire. Great stuff. I don't need to say anything else. St. Elmo's Fire at number 5. And at number 4 we got the movie which I don't hear a lot of people talk about for some reason. I think this is I think it's very underrated, and I think it needs more credit than it actually got. And I think the screenplay was by Emilio Estevez himself, but the movie is That Was Then, This Is Now. And this was directed by the same guy who made Young Guns, Christopher Kane, I believe his name is. If you haven't seen this one, check it out. I think it's underrated as hell, and yeah, great performances and acting by both Emilio Estevez and Craig Sheffer. Was it Craig Sheffer his name is? Yes, Craig Sheffer. Great stuff. That Was Then, This Is Now at number 4. Oh, I have to move these movies away a little bit because it's just blocking the camera. And at number 3 we got Pretty in Pink. Yes, I know, Lola Spaceman, this is your favorite. I don't say this is your favorite movie ever, but I know that this is one of your absolute favorite movies, and I can agree because this is just great. Rich guy meets a poor girl, and yeah, if you have seen this one, I don't need to say anything else, but if you haven't seen this movie, check it out. It's great 80s stuff. Yeah, Pretty in Pink at number 3. And at number 2, I was not really sure if I was going to include this or not, because I had it in my top 10 best movies I've watched 2014, and I was not sure if I was going to include it or not, but I just decided to put it in here anyway because I just fell in love with this movie for the first time I watched it. It is Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure. I'm not going to say anything else about it because I've already talked a lot about that movie already. And at number 1, you already know what movie it is, I think, and the movie is The Breakfast Club. Enough said. I'm not going to say anything else. This is by far one of, if not the best teen movie of all time, in my opinion. So yeah, The Breakfast Club. Thank you very much for watching, and I hope you enjoyed and didn't get bored. And the next video is probably going to be an update video because I've bought a lot of new movies in this month, if you say so. Yeah, hope to see you again as soon as possible. So see you next time. Bye bye.